was a soccer beat, another edition of a reaction show. I've got Tsepo Masilela here to go through the match. Mamelodi Sundowns against Marumo Gallants. A culling knockout match that ended 2-0 Tsepana. If I'm Manqoba sitting next to Steve Compella, I'm shaking hands and hugging him and saying, thank God we've got Ribeiro.
Yes, definitely. Thank God they've got Ribeiro, but also, look at the save that William made during the game. That's why he's Africa's best, and he kept them in the game. But for Sundowns, it's job well done, and they through to the finals. If you're playing a cup game, the assignment is to make it through to the next round, and the next round is the finals. So they through to the finals. I'm sure they're happy. And yeah, job well done. But it was not the best of games,
Yeah.
But,
Ribeiro oozing with confidence there, Tsepan. Taking that penalty so cheekily as well, and under pressure. I mean, there's a spot in the final in place there.
yeah, Ribeiro, when he's saying oozing with confidence, he's their main guy right now. He's the one in the attack, that makes things happen. And yeah, but also Marumo did a great job, in managing Ribeiro, especially in the first half. They couldn't create chances, Sundowns, and he got on the ball, but he was not that dangerous. But yeah, if you look at the Sundowns team, especially in the attack, he's the main guy, running the attack.
Braden had their number there, Tsepana. Possession wise, in the first half, it was almost equal. Of course, Sundowns sort of pulled away in the second half, but Braden had their number for large amounts, getting into that box and needing a top 10 goalkeeper like Williams to pull those saves.
Yeah, from the Marumo side, they put up a great fight. And listen, it's always tough if you're playing the same team like in a space of a month or so, twice. I'm sure Braden, we saw the mistakes they made in the league game, So when they got hammered, so I'm sure you saw the mistakes they made, and it came up with a plan. But obviously, the quality of Sundowns, they've got the quality and they've got the depth. It sees them through the games. But yeah, also Marumo, they put up a great fight.
Eventually, Sundowns' greatness or quality came through in the end, and they got that 2-0. Let's go to an ad break, pay some bills, and come back. I want to talk about the squad rotation and what it means for everybody in that squad, how to keep everybody happy as well, Tsepan. Let's go to an ad break.
You see, it was this game that turned boys into giants. Even today's aces inherited the name from those who came before. Usavutha lo mlilo, buzalwa abaziyo, bazokutshela, lisegazini forever.
Betway is giving customers a chance to win big with their 4 to score free weekly prediction. Simply predict the first teams to score in 4 Betway Premiership matches, and you could win 50,000 Rand. Scan the QR code on screen now to enter. Get way more with Betway. Standard T's and C's apply. Woza, welcome back. I'm here with Tsepo Masilela to go through the Sundowns Marumo Gallants Carling knockout clash that ended 2-0 in favor of Sundowns, who booked their place in the final. Manjem Tsepana, I'm looking at the starting lineup. It didn't look the same midweek. This chopping and changing, is it something that you discuss as a team with the coach, or you just sit there and you wait for this lineup to come out? Because I don't know how you keep everybody happy.
Yeah, obviously the chopping and changing or the final selection of the squad is the coach's responsibility. But I think we've gotten to a point where which we solely understand, Manqoba and how he operates. And I'm sure even the Sundowns fan, they at the stage right now where they understand. And you tend to make peace, especially if the results are there. Especially if the results are there, you tend to make peace with it. And the players also, it is how you manage the players. And He came, I think, midweek, right? The coach did say, Coach Manqoba, that no one is guaranteed a place in his team. So maybe he's keeping everyone on their toes and keeping them working hard. But so far, it's working for the team, and the results are there. And the Sundowns fans, they have to get used to it. If they're not used to it by now, you have to get used to it.
Yeah, you're forgetting to add even the players they have to get used to it because if to get into that starting lineup, you sort of have to get along with the coach, don't you?
Everyone, as I said, it's keeping the players on their toes. So if you check, there was nine changes from the team that played midweek against Polokwane. So it shows you that no one is guaranteed a place in this team, and you once given a chance, you have to perform.
Zepana, I'm concerned about one thing. It's one thing to say Sundowns is a strong team, but to have one-on-one blinder saves, to have your goalkeeper needing to make those kind of saves so consistently to save you from a match. What does that say about the overall balance of the team?
No, like to be honest, keepers are there to make saves, man. It shouldn't be it shouldn't be a surprise or something new. I always hear people every time a keeper gets a man of the match, you must be worried. But they there to make the saves. It's their job. But obviously, Marumo did create maybe through set pieces and second half, there was a nice break on the counter, where they got behind the Sundowns defense and Ronwen came big for them. But yeah, man, he's Bafana's Mzansi's number one, and he's there for that's why he's Mzansi's number one for a reason. But with Sundowns again, when they play, you expect them to score three, four. But today it was not the case. It was a tough game for them. They struggled to break down the Marumo defense. But yeah, man, kudos to Ronwen, but it's his job to make saves. He's not there to clean sheet.
Asiva Mtsepana with what is Manqoba's homework now, Mtsepana? Because there are going to be teams that are better than Marumo Gallants in terms of quality, who will create the same kind of opportunities, but they might convert a few of those chances. What is Manqoba's homework now to do? To plan for when the going does get tough, like it did today.
No, for Manqoba, as I said, if you're winning games, everything is good. Listen, on another day, you can plan, but if they score early, that's where the danger is with Sundowns. Once they score early, they go for the kill. They go straight to for a kill. That's when you find them scoring 4 or 5 goals. But for them, and if they can keep a clean sheet, and obviously you want to score as many goals as possible. But to win games, you don't have to score 4 goals. And they've been winning games. So for him, Jay, it's all about trying to take the chances that they create, and they do create, man. Sundowns have the
Sure.
quality to create, and if it's not Peter, it's Reyners. If it's not Reyners, it's Ribeiro. So you know, he's not. I don't think he's a worried man at this point. I don't really think he's a worried man. And yeah, man, the yellow train is moving, but.
It's moving indeed. If I'm a Sundowns fan, of course, I'm very, very happy to have a Ribeiro and to have a last line of defense like a Williams to save me should the other team get through. But of course, there's something there for Marumo Gallants to hold on to as well. It was a cup game. They won't play every match like this in the league. As well as a Sundowns fan, I'm also worried. When we face the better teams in the Champions League, what are we gonna do? Because clearly in the PSL, if we do push, we will be able to get the job done. That's me, Tsepana. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, Champions League is a different ball game, and you don't know how the opposition is gonna set up on the day. Maybe they might decide to go pound for pound. Marumo, they can play also with position, and they played a decent game today. But it's not
Yeah,
like they went like pound for pound from where go.
yeah,
They were smart in their defending. If you look at the striker Shai, he was not pressing high, and he was letting the both centre backs to have the ball of Sundowns. If you check that
yeah,
game, especially in the first half. So
yeah,
every
yeah.
game is different. Every game is different, Jabba. You don't know how the next game is gonna play out. Every game has its own life. Every game is different.
Every game has its own life, and we're expecting to see more and more entertaining games. Of course, every team getting its own fair share of opportunities and entertaining us. We'll be here, Mtepana, to go through all of that throughout the season. My name is Umjaka. I was with Tsepo Masilela, Bafana Bafana legend. This is SoccerBeat. Enjoy the show and do interact with us on social media at SoccerBeat ZA.